Hello, Send Out Hair coming at you with another video, and in this video I'm going to give you another 7 team natural growth hacks that you need to stop believing in, like today, like yesterday, like 10 years ago, like when they first came out, but we a little late, so let's just start today. Number 1, protective styles. I know we think that a lot of times protective styles are protective, but most of the time our protective styles are actually the number 1 thing that's preventing our hair from growing, that's causing our balding, and that's keeping us from retaining length. We are under the impression that if you just leave your hair sitting there, that everything will be okay. But even when you have a protective style, it is imperative that you cleanse the scalp. The follicle releases not only sweat, but an acid that also helps to cleanse excess sebum, which is the oil that the sebaceous gland secretes off the scalp. This oil stays on the scalp, it blocks the follicles, and it does so many other things, right? So a natural acid comes out of the follicle to get rid of some of that sebum to help you along in the midst of you washing your hair. But if you do not wash your hair for long periods of time because you have protective styles in, what ends up happening, that acid combines with the sebum that is left over and it turns into a yeast. This is why a lot of people were so in love with the whole monostat thing, like, oh, monostat is helping my hair grow. And unbeknownst to most women who were using monostat, these were the same women who would have weaves in for long periods of time, braids in for long periods of time, or just would go months without washing their hair. And the reason that monostat worked so magnificently for them is because most of these women had yeast infections of the scalp. It is a real thing in real life. You guys do your own research. You can get a yeast infection of the scalp by not properly washing your hair, because the yeast will accumulate, because the natural oils and acids that come out of your scalp will turn into yeast if not properly cleansed. Sleeping and walking around with conditioner in your hair. Now, I know that you read the product labels and all of these different things, and I know that on YouTube, different people are telling you, oh, you can just use a conditioner as a leave-in conditioner, but I am telling you, sleeping in conditioner and leaving conditioner in your hair and using conditioner as a styling product is the number 1 way to get moisture overload. So, sleeping with conditioner is an absolute no-go. Conditioner is only meant to fill holes within the hair shaft temporarily, okay? It is only supposed to replace any natural, botanical, or anything like that the shampoo could have taken from your hair as you were getting the shampoo or as you were cleansing your hair. But it is not meant to be left in the hair for a long period of time, because they have larger molecules. Whether it's a large molecule or a big molecule, it does not matter. It is sitting on the hair shaft. And hydro fatigue and moisture overload are the same thing, my loves. And that is when you are forcing the cuticle to open and close too much. In reality, the only time that your cuticle should open and close that drastically is on wash day. But most naturals are always wetting their hair with water to style it, to detangle it, or just to refresh their curls multiple times through a day, or leaving conditioner and other things like that in the hair. This is the fastest way to hydro fatigue or moisture overload. So I want you to be very, very careful about sleeping in conditioners. Only use a leave-in conditioner as a leave-in conditioner. There is a reason why products put conditioner and leave-in conditioner on the bottle. They are not held liable for anything that happens to your hair if you leave conditioner in overnight. There is a difference between a conditioner and a leave-in conditioner, my loves. They're not playing word games, okay? Number 3. Deep conditioner versus regular conditioner. What is the difference and how often should you do it? Well, first of all, Conditioner is something that you use every single time you shampoo your hair. A shampoo, like I just said, a conditioner is meant to fill the holes that are left behind whenever you shampoo your hair. And when I say holes, I don't mean like your damaged shampoo damages the hair or anything like that, but anything on a microscopic level that could be missing temporarily, it fills those holes, okay? But then when we have a deep conditioner, it's exactly what it sounds like. It is a deep conditioner because it conditions deeply. How does it do that? The molecules that construct the conditioner are smaller, way smaller on a deep conditioner, so it can go deep within the hair shaft to do whatever needs to be done. But most conditioners, whether it's a deep conditioner or a regular conditioner, have a time limit on it. When you read the back of the bottle, it says only leave it on for a certain amount of time. It's not to be cute, it's to protect them legally, because if you leave it on there longer than that, they are not held liable for anything that happens to your hair after that 15 minutes. Please use products as they are supposed to be used, okay? Now, a deep conditioner is something that I do once a month. I'll do a deep conditioning treatment once a month, but I wash my hair every week, so I just use a regular conditioner every week, and then the deep conditioner once a month to get deep into, okay? There is a very big difference, and you really need to understand to put each product in its proper perspective. Neither a deep conditioner or a regular conditioner are leave-in conditioners. They are only supposed to be used for the time allotted on the bottle, okay? And never use your conditioner as like a leave-in and then go in and blow dry your hair with that, because a conditioner is made by melting down emulsified wax. So if you take conditioner and put it in your hair and then blow dry it, you're literally blow drying emulsified wax into the hair shaft, and it's gonna stay there. Okay, and then long term you'll have break-in and different things of that nature. I really need you guys to start thinking about your hair care on a microscopic level, because we're only thinking surface level, and the most important part of your hair is the cortex and the medulla, which is being protected by the cuticle that we put all of these different products on that either suffocate the cuticle or put holes in the cuticle. We got to get it together. Okay, let's move along. Number 4, steaming. I don't know when it happened, but somewhere down the road, down the yellow brick road, everyone started steaming. In a hair salon, I do not steam or put all of my clients under a hot dryer. The only clients that go under a steamer are clients with low, very low and resistant low porosity hair. Heat on the hair shaft has one purpose and one purpose only: to lift the hair's cuticle. Okay, so if you're a person who has extremely high porosity hair, or if you're a person who just has regular high porosity hair like myself, and then you're sitting under a dryer, what you are going to do, my love, is give yourself hydra fatigue. And the purpose of sitting under a dryer is to open the cuticle, and if you have high porosity hair, your cuticle is already wide open. That's your problem. That's the con, right? So I need everyone to understand, everyone should not use a steamer. The only people who should be using a steamer are people with low porosity hair. Period. Any other time you see my clients under the dryer, they have cool air going on their hair to close the cuticle, to set the hairstyle. If I have a client with high porosity hair that is getting a deep conditioning treatment, she's under the dryer but with cold air for a deep conditioning treatment, because I am trying to seal the cuticle. I'm trying to put the conditioner in there and close the cuticle up as much as I possibly can on high porosity hair for a deep conditioning treatment. And then I'm gonna go wash her out with cold water, which is going to aid me even more at closing that cuticle. But then if I had a client with low porosity hair, my work would be the exact opposite. I would be using water as hot as she could take it, and then I would be using the steamer to open the cuticle. A steamer helps you to open the cuticle, but it is only for low porosity hair. So if you have hydra fatigue, or if no matter what you can't figure out what's going on with your hair, you do everything right, or you feel like you're stuck at a growth plateau and you use a steamer, you have your answer. The only people who should be using steamers in any way, shape, or form are people with low porosity hair. So if you guys want to keep doing it, but don't say nobody told you, because it doesn't make sense, girl. You only need a steamer or a dryer to open the cuticle. Go already open. What is you doing? What you opening them up for? What you doing? Next, we have co-washing. Co-washing is so annoying to me. Don't get mad at this, and if your kids watching, make sure they leave real quick or put me on mute for this next part. I'll wait. If you don't co-wash your ass, you should not be co-washing your hair. Do you get in the shower and co-wash your ass? Do you get in the shower and get lotion? And if you do, you should stop. They do put some cleansing properties that may help break down fatty deposits a little bit, but at the end of the day, co-washing conditioners did not come out until the term co-washing was created by YouTubers. Co-washing is not a term in any cosmetology, dermatology, trichology, nothing, okay? Co-washing, the term was made up by YouTube, by social media. They get free market research. They can do it so easy just from being on YouTube. So the whole term co-wash was just made up by a YouTuber for a YouTuber, and they made up a co-washing conditioner. It took off, so every brand that was out there started creating co-washing conditioners. But before that, you never saw or heard of it because it's not real. The only difference between a co-washing conditioner and a regular conditioner is they may put maybe like a half of ounce of some type of cleansing agent mixed into that has cleansing properties. But at the end of the day, there is no way that you can use emulsifying wax to cleanse anything off of your hair. That is just a fact. And co-washing conditioner is nothing but emulsifying wax with somewhat of a astringent or cleansing agent that slightly helps to remove things off the hair shaft, but it will not build up. All a co-washing conditioner does is add more. And keep in mind, most people that use co-washing conditioners use it on the scalp, which is hurting more than it's helping, because then you're coating the scalp with emulsifying wax. So co-washing conditioners don't co-wash nothing. If you don't co-wash your ass, don't co-wash your hair, okay? Okay. Our very last one, combing your hair. For whatever reason, something happened somewhere down the yellow brick road where somebody told all of the black women in the world that combing your hair was a bad thing. Listen, there is nothing wrong with combing your hair, and it is actually the belief that not combing your hair is good for your hair that is making everyone's hair fall out. One of the first things and one of the most interesting things that I learned in cosmetology school was scientific brushing. Shameless plug, inside of the Guru 101 we have a whole section on scientific brushing, and I showed them a video on how to do it and stuff. But anyway, you know, you can join if you want to, all the information below. But anyway, scientific brushing is one of those things that just like blew my mind, because you are under the impression that combing your hair is something that's so wrong, it's so horrible. But as I've told you before, or maybe not, if this is your first time watching my video, the average person has 100,000 follicles on their scalp, and each follicle has anywhere from 1 to 4 strands, meaning the average person has anywhere from 100,000 to 400,000 strands of hair on their head. On a day-to-day basis, the average person loses anywhere from 85 to 100 strands of hair per day. So if you're a person who is not combing your hair on a regular basis, not only are you not allowing those hundreds and thousands of strands to fall out, you are also blocking the natural sebum from traveling down the hair shaft. You are also weakening the hair shaft, because the hair shaft now has to hold the weight of all of the hair that wants to shed down. Combing your hair is actually a lot more important than you think it is, not to mention the hair shaft is alive, like we talked about in the last video. The very first thing you want to do is make sure that you have a positive relationship with your hair shaft, baby, because it's alive. Stop treating it like it's dead. I'm gonna be honest with you, the treatment of the hair shaft is most of the reason why most women are experiencing balding and breakage, because we treat our hair shaft like it is dead. We just pack it up, braid it up, and leave it alone for a couple months. Oh, I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like touching you. I don't feel like washing my hair. I don't feel like brushing it.
That takes too long.
So your hair be like, oh,
Okay, I don't feel like growing. How about that? You don't want to brush me? I ain't coming out there. What am I come out there for and you don't even want to brush it? What am I come out there for to be with you and you don't even want to call nobody? You ain't even gonna brush me. I see how you treat the little hair that's already out here. You want to co-wash me? You don't co-wash your ass. And you want me to come grow out there with you. And you don't even want to wash me, but you wash your ass every day and you just want me to sit here with the fuck. I'm not growing. I'm about to stay right up in here and be sure they do wop.
that's just, you know, coming from my own brain. I feel like that's what's happening to you guys on a follicle level, you know? So